Hello, beautiful souls. I was one of the people that were chosen to be in a tag swap hosted by Tmika from Scrapdaworld on YouTube. We were required to make 2 pocket tags with tags. It must have a sentiment or image. The pocket must be decorated with at least 2 embellishments. We are to use what's in our stash and use our dies. Excuse me, tag must be no bigger than 4 by 6. And we had to make 2 of each for each member in our group. I'm in group number 6, and there are 5 of us, but we were only required to make 4 because each person was included in that group 6, so which it would make us 5. Anyway, here's what I've created. I decided to go with my YouTube theme, which is Tea Time and Dolls. So this is a Tea Time and Dolls theme. All right, let me start with what I've created. I've created there goes my doggy. Like I was saying, this is what I've created. I made a box for the tags. I'm going to show you this first. This is a gift that I made for everyone in my group. And I want to show you the tags. I used the die for this. This is a stamp that I have. I'm going to show you everything that I used to make everything that I made. Okay, so this stamp comes from this here. It says spread a little happiness, and it comes with this set. This stamp I got from China. These are dies that I have, which is also from China. This is the spoon and the teacup and the teapot. And I cut out the teacup and I traced around the die so that I can have a solid piece behind the die cut. The spoon I cut out 3 times and layered it. This was sticky glitter tape that I had, so I first put it on the cardstock and then I cut it out twice, and then I cut out a plain cardstock to put in the middle to make it sturdy. I added a jump ring to create a charm, and I embellished it with lace, ribbon lace, and an embroidery lace here, plus a satin rose. And here I added another applique. Actually, this is an applique. I cut this out of a piece of lace and cut the pieces out of it. So this is embroidered also, and I cut these pieces out too. I added the bow and the flat back pearl. And there goes the sentiment. A cup of tea warms like a good friend. This one I got from this one. That's also from China. I made the box myself. I upload certain papers. This one I actually got for free online, this paper, this design. And what I did was I pieced it together on this editing program that I use called GIMP. And it's a free editing program. It's a photo editor and it's free. It's similar to Photoshop. It has its limits, but it does what I need it to do. And I pieced the papers together to make an 8.5 by 11 sheet. So I used the whole full 8.5 by 11 sheet and I created this box. This This is a die and a stamp set that comes from Hot Off the Press, which is right here. This is the stamp I used, and this is the die that comes with it, but this die actually cuts out this whole thing, and I didn't want that. So what I did was I drew on the inside of the stamp, and then I fussy cut it out with an X-Acto knife and added acetate. And I want to let everybody know who's in my swap, well, who's in my team, in my group, that these tags are removable. This twine, it's kind of like burlap twine, and I glued it on top of here, but you can untie it and remove this tag and this tag if you want to use it. You could also reuse the box. I added my logo here, but you could always cover that, or if you want to make a theme of tea time and dolls, you can actually leave it and put your gift in the box, so you can reuse the box. Okay, so let's get into the swap. So again, I use the same stamp and die set that I used to make, to create this, and that is my pocket. So the die and the stamp, I made the pocket out of that. So here's the requirement. I have a sentiment. It says imagine, and here's my embellishments. I have more than one, so I have here an applique, another applique, ribbon, I tied it into a bow, and a satin rose, and some pearls. And this is my tag. So shabby. I love it. It's so pretty. So the tag had to have, I think it said 2 embellishments. Anyway, I met all the requirements. This is smaller than a 4x6, but it said no bigger than a 4x6. So I'm still okay. I layered, this is a lace ribbon. I tied it into a bow, the applique, flat back pearl, ribbon, satin ribbon. And this is a mold that I have, and I used polymer clay to make this embellishment. So this is my charm. This one is basically the same. It's just in a different color, and I have a different charm here. And this charm was actually a resin that I had. It's a teacup, and I made a mold out of it so I don't have to keep buying it over and over again. So I made a mold out of it, and I can make my own now. And I distressed both of them with gold ink, and I covered the whole back with gold ink on both of them. And then I added some Mod Podge and sprinkled some glitter on it so that it can stick. So it's all glittery. And I did the same thing to the tags. I brushed it with some Mod Podge, and then I sprinkled the glitter. And the back has Spread a Little Happiness, which is, I originally said I stamped this with this one, but anyway, you get it. But I stamped this one with this one in the back. Spread a Little Happiness. Okay. I used to create this tag, and I also used the layering die that came with this. I used this die for that, which is, oopsie, these two right here. It comes in a set like this. This also comes from China. Oh, the sentiment that I used for the tag pocket, the pocket tag, comes from Fiskars. This is called 7 Simple Stick. Don't know what that means. And this is the stamp that I used. I could have used this one, but I like the word imagine. Okay, so so that was that. Now, I also have the information. This is how I did my information. Teatime. I love this. This is the information. My information, this is how it's going to come. And I have ribbon trim here because the cut was too short and I didn't want the white showing, so I covered it with that, which made it look a lot prettier. So you can keep this in your contacts, and let's be friends. Oh, before I move ahead, I made a mistake, and I didn't realize that I made that mistake after I already glued it on to the card. I spelled Yahoo wrong. This is my email address, and of course the A is supposed to be here and the H is supposed to be here. So that you know, this is not an email address. So it's Yahoo, Yahoo, and I didn't want to do this all over again because that would have been a waste of paper, a waste of ink, and this would have just gone to waste, and I didn't want to do that. So just know that this is Yahoo. And this is my gift that I made for everybody. It's sort of like you can use it as a mini album. I have some binder rings here. Let me show you the back real quick. And this is like a cupboard. I got an image on Google, and I just edit the image and change the color. I also distressed this with some acrylic paint. I did the same thing to the card that holds my info. I distressed it with a little bit of white acrylic paint and blue, a very light blue acrylic paint, like an aqua color. And I distressed it a little bit to make it look like, you know, it's wood. So I did the same thing with this, with the cover of this album. I layered it with some appliques and flat back pearls and ribbon. This tag also comes off. All you got to do is untie it. I just have it tied on this ribbon here. This is an applique. This is a string of an applique, you know, like yards of it, of an applique. And I layered here, put a rose here, which I've also glittered. And I added some of my trims. I used everything that was in my stash and images that I got online. And this is from a Tilda paper pad, which I don't have. And I don't have that paper pad, but I got the images online. And she's supposed to be a paper doll. So this is my doll for Tea Time and Dolls. And this was a romper, and this was a full dress. And once again, I went and edited, and I changed the color of the romper to pink. The top, I just, erased the bottom part of the romper, placed it on her, and then I erased the top part of the dress and just made a skirt out of it, and then I just embellished it. And she is Mod Podged. All the paper that I used in here is Mod Podged, and the reason why I did that is because I have an inkjet printer, and if anything spills on it, the ink is just going to run, and it's just going to create this blob. And in the event you're viewing your book and something spills or something just happens to be on the table, all you got to do is wipe it off. So I wanted it to protect the pages. I don't have a laser printer, so I used what I had. Mod Podge all the pages. Let me show you. Oh, I showed you the back already. I put my logo here too. So this is what it looks like. I embellished the pages with some lace. This is the same image. I fussy cut. I did quite a bit of fussy cutting here. Everything in here is fussy cut. This is a tag, since the theme was a pocket tag. So this is my pocket. This is my tag. And this is a pretty vase. And this is the plate that goes behind that. This is the plate I got from here, which I had to do quite a bit of editing because there was images in front of it. So I think I did a pretty good job on that. This one is slightly bigger than this one. Oopsie, wrong page. Okay. So this goes in here. And you can use the tags in here, and journal on them. Put pictures in here. Or you can actually use the tags on something else. And like I said, I put lace on all the pages. Look how pretty this image is. A teacup, fussy cut. I added some stickers. I have here 2 teacups. This is from Tilda also. I wanted to put this here since there were 2 birds in this image. So it was appropriate, I guess. 2 teacup tags. There's nothing in the back. Lace again. I layered some lace here. And I incorporated her into this image, which I edit also. And all the tags also are Mod Podge. I added Mod Podge to all of the tags since it's printed. But this comes out, so it's like a mirror, like a ghost image. And she fits right in there. And if you were looking at it at a distance, you would never tell this was a tag. And I did cake, tag. This is like a little patio or something. Look how pretty that is. And this teacup, embellished. It's the same teacup as this one, but I embellished, oopsie, I embellished the other one for a tag, and that one is just a pocket. And that's pretty much it, and that's the back. I have also personalized each package, and I'm going to use these toppers that I also created. You can reuse these also. I'm going to put the items in a clear plastic bag, And I'm going to put this on top of the clear plastic bag. You could also reuse this if you're going to go with a theme like this. So this definitely can be reused. And this is how I'm going to attach it to the plastic bag. I've embellished this cake. This is a bigger version of the small tag that's in the mini album. I just enlarged it, and it's double backed for sturdiness. And everybody has their own names on each package. This is also Mod Podged. I didn't Mod Podge this, but everything else is Mod Podged. So this is how I'm going to package it. This is removable. You can untie this. This also unties, but it's going to stay here because it's glued onto here, but it unties, and you can remove this and reuse this, and you can use it in your own projects for your, for your personal use, because it is personalized and it has your name. So you can put this on another mini album as a front cover, or as one of the pages in the inside. You can do a wall hanging out of it. You guys are very creative, so I'm pretty sure you're going to come up with a good idea to use that. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else makes in all the groups. Excited to see what my group makes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope my partners like my swap. Thank you for joining me today. Let's be fair, share, be filled with love, and love one another. Take care, everybody.